Okay, we've got to step 19. I don't know what can you see from that angle, but you can see for sure that I didn't decide how to use this manual. If I want to record with the manual on the table and to show you here stuff on paper, or just to insert over there in the left upper corner of the screen an image. I haven't decided how to do it. Maybe in the next model I'll be better, maybe. Now the second thing is we have a couple of sub steps here. We have to take care of these boats that are kinda prepared because we've painted them. We have to install the wooden planking again because we have the wooden planking here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have to install some small pieces on these boats. The second adventure here might be this small tower that comes here in the middle, which is entirely photo etch. So yeah, good luck with that one. We'll see about that one. The third thing is this funnel. Now these funnels, they are assembled. I did them a long time ago. But guess what? There is a boom here, a swinging boom. Is not big, I think, H11. I don't have the frets in front of me now, but it's this one. And looking at other ships from that period of time, this boom was lifting all kind of objects, especially the boats, up and down at the water level and back up to the ship. And this boom in those pictures, it has some rigging going to the funnel. That's something I will have to study a bit more, because I would like to, if I'm able, I don't know if I'll be able to do it properly, to add some rigging in this area, in this volume here in the middle of the ship. Maybe, maybe not. I will have to see about this one. So, and then of course we have to install the boats and some small stuff in here at the very end. Okay, so I think this step will take me another 3 or 4 episodes, but we'll see. It depends how much I talk and how much I work and how much I record from all this. Those 4 boats are all large. They are larger than what we had before in step 18. However, these are even larger, and these ones are a bit smaller. So the larger ones are D28 and the other ones are D29. And then here we have to install the decks on the 2 of them. It's fret D 13 and 14. it crossed my mind, I don't know anymore if this is a fret or a sprue. Excuse me for my English. I think the plastic ones were frets and the photo etch were sprues, or it was the other way around. I don't know. Okay, I'm getting confused here. So these guys will have to come onto these boats, and this one here. But I think before that we have to apply the planking, the wooden planking on these decks. Yeah, it's getting more and more interesting. The first surprise is about these wooden decks. This small piece here has to come here. Then we have this central piece that has to come here in this island, on top of this island. And then we have this thing all around, the decking all around, that has to come here all around the island. And so on. I have another all around here, which is supposed to come here like this. And then something, I don't know where this one comes. I don't know where this one comes. And then I have the end. The end is here. I have to see more about this one. Very interesting. This is not an easy job. It's possible that I'm gonna paint the whole thing and install only the large parts of wooden decking. Or maybe this one and this one and this one are not to be installed because there is something coming here on top, something else, and something else coming here. I don't think these areas are to be covered. I think the only planking is all around and at the very end. I have to think more about this one. Into the boats, the decks. There is no escape. Could have painted them differently in white or something, but keep in mind this paint scheme is how I think Tsesarevich would have looked if it stayed in Port Arthur at the end of 1904, just around the period when the whole squadron was bombarded and sunk by the Japanese artillery, and they changed the painting around that time, apparently. I don't know the truth. It's hard for me to believe that in all that craziness with the bombardment and everything, somebody started to change the paint of the ship. But I've seen some various paint schemes, so there might be some truth to that. Anyway, this decision, I took it a long time ago. I much prefer to paint them here on the fret than and cut it free later than the opposite. I will do the other two off camera. Note to myself for the next build: use as much as you can the airbrushing. It takes a lot of planning in the beginning, but it worth the effort. Painting all this by hand, well, sometimes is okay and sometimes is not. Okay, so this first all around plus the forward part have to come here. And this one doesn't come here. This is nothing. So I think there is a small hole here. And then this whole thing it keeps jumping on the table. Unbelievable. Okay. this one has to come like this. The paint is not yet dry, but I'm okay. One thing is for sure, this wooden planking is so perfectly done. I think the precision for this, the tolerance for this would be, I don't know, the 10 parts of the millimeter, maybe less than that. And they match really, really well. Whatever imperfection you see, I don't, because I'm looking with a naked eye. I don't see the imperfection. I can only see it on the screen. Now the second part, I'm so badly organized here, it's unbelievable. Second part is what's left when we remove this one. Okay, remove this one and get this one in place. Now there are some very small segments. There are some super small bollards, and this planking has to enter between those bollards. We'll see. It's a bit frustrating. You either see one thing or the other. Okay. I have to say these super small pieces of planking really test the limit of my patience. But they are so nicely done. Oh, come on. It really jumps all over the place. I cannot put it, cannot place it, this one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try with a longer one. Once again, I should have used the helping hands. Keep the damn deck into one place and then install the planking. I simply cannot do it. So frustrating. Okay, I put it there, but it's not in the correct position. Let's see about this one. It's so small, it doesn't stay in the tweezer. And of course you cannot see anything. No, cannot do it. Sorry, it's a waste of time. I'm gonna paint that area and be done with it. So the last one being this one. It has a hole I think for a fuel tank or something. There were no fuel tanks at that point. I think that's the water tank for the boilers, or for the only boiler. That's about it. This is as good as I can do it. I'm gonna try to center it and zoom a bit. I know the result is mediocre, but really I cannot do any better. Now I have to do the rest of them off camera, of course. Okay, so I did the best I could for the second boat, and the last small piece here I couldn't place it. I really couldn't. I'm sorry. So they're gonna stay like this. Now if I still have some patience, I will try to do the other two boats and get it over with. We waste a lot of time with these things, and I start to be pressed again that time. Well, I finished the boats, and there are a couple of things to be said about these boats. First, I've made a couple of mistakes, and I think they're quite visible. And the biggest mistake is the fact that if you look this way, they should have been installed more towards the center, because now the exterior boats are at a limit here at the very edge of the deck, and I don't think I can run the railing in this area here. So I will have to decide, either I cut a piece of railing and I run from here to here, and then I restart from here to wherever, or maybe I will run it only from here to the end. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Second important thing, these boats, the exterior one, the small one, indeed they were perhaps to carry the captain or the admiral or whomever was there. But the big one, the interior, the inside ones, they were fighting boats. Fighting boats. You can see the guns. I think these are 2 inches guns, or 50 or maybe 47 millimeters guns. And then you have the torpedoes on the side here. I was very surprised to see that these boats had torpedoes. They doubled as fast patrol boats, armed with a small gun and torpedoes. Very impressive. Very impressive. They had this concept, but they had it rather in the Second World War, I think, with the famous patrol boats of US Navy in the Pacific Theater, and then in the North Sea the Germans had the Schnellboots, the fast patrol boats, and they were resembling very much these arrangements with a gun or a heavy machine gun and torpedoes on board. Very interesting. I didn't expect that. I didn't see that. So I don't know. I imagine if I had a small flotilla of these battleships and I would have been in foreign waters or even at home, I would have detailed 1 or 2 boats every night from one ship by rotation to ensure the port security, or the patrolling the close waters around the ships or around the squadron. I don't know. Anyway, the important thing is these were fighting boats, 4 of them. So yeah, this is it. Nothing else about the boats for now. I will have to start thinking about that funnel and about the swinging boom, the supplementary rigging, and we'll see from there. Now you can see all the boats that I installed.